Hook 0 o'clock to 0:30 for decades, the American middle class was told a simple story: work hard, get a good job, buy a home, raise a family, retire comfortably. But today, millions of Americans are doing everything right and still falling behind. This isn't happening because people suddenly got lazy. It's happening because the system quietly changed, and most Americans didn't even notice. Intro context: 0:30 to 3 o'clock. The middle class has always been the backbone of the United States. Teachers, engineers, office workers, skilled tradespeople, small business owners, they paid taxes, bought homes, saved for retirement, and believed the future would be better than the past. But over the last 40 years, something broke. Wages stopped rising, costs kept climbing, debt became normal, and financial stress became a permanent part of life. Today, many Americans earning what used to be a solid middle-class income are one emergency away from financial trouble. So what actually happened? To understand why the American middle class is disappearing, we need to go back to when it was at its strongest. Part 1. When the middle class thrived. 3 o'clock. 6:30. After World War II, America entered a unique economic moment. The US had little global competition, massive industrial power, strong labor unions, affordable housing, low college costs. A single income could support an entire family. In 1960, college was cheap. Housing cost about 2 to 3 times annual income. Healthcare was affordable. Pensions were common. Most jobs didn't require a degree, and loyalty to a company often meant lifetime employment. This wasn't because companies were generous, it was because the system was built differently. Workers had leverage, unions were strong, corporations were regulated, and productivity gains were shared. But that balance didn't last. Part 2. The shift. Nitrogen monoxide. 1 talked about 6:30 to 10:30. Starting in the late 1970s and early 1980s, America quietly changed direction. 3 major shifts happened at once. 1. Wages stopped tracking productivity. Workers kept producing more value every year, but instead of wages rising with productivity, the money started flowing upward to executives and shareholders. Since then, productivity skyrocketed, wages barely moved, corporate profits exploded. Americans worked harder, longer, and faster for the same pay. 2. Globalization and outsourcing. Manufacturing jobs moved overseas. This weakened unions and erased millions of stable, middle-class jobs. New jobs replaced them, but many paid less, offered fewer benefits, and had less security. 3. Financialization of the economy. The economy shifted from making things to moving money. Wall Street became more powerful than Main Street. Short-term profits mattered more than long-term stability. Employees became costs to cut. Part 3. The costs that never stopped rising. 10:30 to 15:30. Even as wages stagnated, the cost of living exploded. Housing. Home prices rose far faster than incomes. In many US cities, a home now costs 5 to 10 times annual income. Rent consumes 30 to 50% of take-home pay. What was once a wealth-building tool became a permanent burden. Education. College used to be a path to the middle class. Now it's often a debt sentence. Tuition rose dramatically, while job security declined. Millions of Americans started adult life already behind. Healthcare costs exploded. Even insured Americans face high deductibles, surprise bills. Medical debt. A single illness can wipe out years of savings. Childcare for families. Childcare can cost as much as rent, which forces parents into impossible decisions: work more and see your kids lesser, work less, and fall behind. Financialith. Middle class didn't get poorer overnight. It got squeezed slowly and quietly. Part 4. Debt became the new middle class. TOOL 1530 to 19 o'clock as costs rose and wages stalled. Debt filled the gap. Credit cards. Student loans. Auto loans. By now pay later. Debt didn't feel dangerous at first. It felt normal. Americans used debt to maintain a lifestyle cover. Emergencies bridge income gaps, but debt changed behavior. People stayed in bad jobs because they couldn't risk losing income. They delayed families, homes, and retirement. They lived with constant financial anxiety. The system didn't collapse. It adapted by keeping people dependent. Part 5. Why it feels like you're failing, but you're not. 19 o'clock to 22 o'clock. One of the most damaging parts of this shift is psychological. Americans were taught, if you're struggling, it's your fault. So people blame themselves. They think, I didn't work hard enough, I chose the wrong career, I should be doing better by now. But when millions of people experience the same problem, it's not personal. It's structural. The rules changed, but the expectations didn't, and that gap creates shame, stress, and burnout. Part 6. The future of the middle class. 22 o'clock to 20 for 30. The middle class isn't disappearing all at once. It's being reshaped. We're moving toward a smaller upper class, a larger lower class, and fewer people in between them. Americans will still do extremely well, but for many, stability will require dual income as multiple side hustlers. Careful financial planning. Our expectations idea of a simple, predictable life path is fading. Not because people failed, but because the system evolved quietly. Final takeaway. 20 for 30 to 25 minutes and 30 seconds. The American middle class didn't vanish. It was slowly hollowed out. Understanding this isn't about fear, it's about clarity. Because once you see the system clearly, you can stop blaming yourself and start making smarter choices within it. And that awareness might be the most valuable asset left.